Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Joshino, and today I'm going to be breaking down patch 1.7, which is titled HR Extreme. A little bit of a pun there, seeing as HRX is almost here, which I'll also be at, so if you're going down to DreamHack Atlanta or HRX itself, then be sure to say hi to me. And I think there's going to be a live stream, though I'm not sure at what point, and I put on the box I'd be happy to live stream with somebody else, so maybe we dropped in with Fayrezl or somebody, but hopefully that'll be fun, so be sure to look out for that in a few weeks. Anyways, just jump into the patch. So this time round, it was a bit of a sneaky patch release, and if you want to stay up to date with things going on in the Paladins realm, Hyra's Molly is somebody worth following on Twitter, one of the new community managers, and she often posts a sort of roundup for the week of what's going on. I missed it yesterday as to why my update and patch breakdown wasn't then rather than today. This particular patch does have some balancing changes, although it's no complete overhaul or anything like that, and some skins and things like that, but there's no major thing like a new champion, new map, or new game mode, or anything like that. Anyway, without further ado, let's try and break this down. I usually say I'm going to break it down quickly, but actually this time the patch preview was only 2 minutes long, whereas normally I'm breaking down an hour to 10 to 15 minutes. So hopefully we'll get a bit more detail in this video. So first of all, there is going to be a ranked reset for this season. So this is split 3. So this is the rank split of Season 2. What will happen is there'll be a soft matchmaking rating reset. What this means is that you'll lose your rating, but in the background there'll be a hidden rating. Basically it shifts everyone towards the center slightly, so when this split comes around, it will be making sure that you're actually at the level you are currently playing at. So I'm going from Masters probably down to Diamond 3 or Diamond 4 or something like that, just depending on how well you do in your placements too. So again, there'll be some new qualifying matches, leaderboard wipe, the rewards for the split, so the people that are in the top 100 Grandmasters and top 100 for each of the champions will get a certain amount of crystals. And this time around in this season, for playing 25 games, you'll get the Lore Lady Announcer Pack. This is the Lore Lady that you see in all the videos and things for the promotions for the champions, so I think that's going to be pretty epic. I'm definitely going to be shifting this one over, although between Vox and this, I'm not sure which one has the most epic voice. Maybe Vox. And also, there'll be a gold chest for just finishing your placement matches. So the skins this time around come in the form of first, the HRX Digital Loot Pack. Last year, this one was alright, but maybe a little bit underwhelming in that most of the skins were just blue versions of the champions we have, rather than a full-on sort of remodeling and full remodel skin. But this time, we get Buckules, which is, in an essence, Hercules mashed onto a book. It looks rather heroic with big shoulder pauldrons, this sort of lion skin over your head and back, and just a mighty looking and a very heroic looking book here, and a bit mythological too. It does fit in with the more fantasy shift of Paladins 2 that is taken rather recently. The next one, and probably one of the favourites, is the new Na'vi skin for Maldamba, which Maldamba has kind of like a two-parted name, and Na'vi has a two-parted name too, although it's native Sphinxer. Just something to point out there. And this skin is also rather epic, with these almost Dragon Ball Z-esque pauldrons going on with their shirt and with the native Sphinxer colours. It's got almost like a urban digital pattern though, so that you get the urban military outfits. Although I do very much like the mask from Maldamba, which is literally the trophy for last year's HRX tournament, embedded into that sort of chromatic mask, which looks rather awesome. And the same with the pauldrons as well, they are the shape of the trophy last year. The mount though this time around is the Molten Prowler. I don't know how much it looks like this. I don't know whether this is the Twitch Prowler recolored. Well, I don't think it is. I think it is a new skin and model, but I don't know about the current effects on it. It might look better in-game with full rendering, but we'll just have to see. Also, this is going live on PC today, so once the servers go back up again, and that should be when this video goes live, most likely. So you'll probably be playing 1.7 right now. So that was the HRX Digital Loot Pack. There's 3 skins for 800 crystals. They are pretty decent, and if you're a Na'vi fan, then probably worth a pickup, but otherwise I'm not sure. You get less than last year, but some of the skins are better, I would say, the better quality. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section below compared to last year. I know there was the Snowy Owl Strix wasn't in that skin pack, thinking about it actually, which was rather good actually. So next up is the Cyberpunk Koga and the Cyberpunk chest coming forward. Now this skin, with the other skins actually, all the skins this patch are data mined last time. One of my videos more recently, like a week or two ago, was showing off all the data mines. We actually saw the Bukuli skin and the Na'vi skin for Maldamba, and this, because this was accidentally put into the game itself in the public test server, which was quickly taken out. But this was actually one of my favourite skins going. It looks epic, looks like just like something out of the new Cyberpunk game, and I say it's shifted slightly more into the fantasy realm, or to fit in at least with the colour schemes of the fantasy realm, to not look too sci-fi. It could be slightly sci-fi plus maybe slightly steampunky at the same time, just because of the colours. They look more like a rogue and more sort of like Star Wars-esque, like a bit Han Solo-y than full-on cyberpunky. But I love the colours and everything going on here with the Cyberpunk SMGs too. We've got some big butts here, folks. The big butts this time around are that it is put into a chest again, and with chests, Hi-Rez seem to love to put in some real trash. So the real trash this time is voice packs, Kinessa, Koga, Strix, Grok, Sky. Why you do this, Hi-Rez? Next up, the MVP poses, Kinessa kneeling, yeah great, Koga Catchulator, Strix, Mission Accomplished, Grok, Elementalist, and Sky Superior, meh. We've also got the emotes, Kinessa Present Arms, Koga Push-Ups, Strix 360 No Scope, Grok Insult, and Sky Flirting, which again, lame. The champion weapon, Kinessa Buster Rifle, and the things that should have been in the chest. So maybe the champion weapon, maybe the emotes. But the champion skins themselves, the new Koga prototype, this is a Cyberpunk Koga, Strix Infiltrator, Grok Neon Demon, Kinessa Cutthroat, and Sky Chrome. All good skins. Sky Chrome is still one of the more common skins, but I actually really like it. Looks rather cool. However, I just wish there was a cutoff point more towards the end of just these skins rather than... Why? Why put in voice packs, Hi-Rez? Why do you do this? And each of these chests will cost 125 crystals. Just be sure to let me know what you think about chests like this in the comment section below, folks. I am not so happy about this one. Obviously, if you bought the champion pack and things like that, or you've had the founders pack, you won't actually get any of the voice packs, but still a bit rather shady to put them down in there. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the balance. There's some big things that people were annoyed about last patch, and a few patches that have been fixed. They said they weren't actually going to change too much before HRX, the tournament that's going to happen, so the World Championships, I guess. And actually there's been quite a few changes here ready for the patch. So the first one is Androxus Defiance has been nerfed in quite a few ways. So it's no longer passing through Power Siphon and Reversal. Nice. A little buff to the Terminus as well. It also is properly classified as Area of Effect damage, and there's a 0.5 second cooldown added to it. So this is one of the ways they could have fixed it, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy. So there's not going to be so many spammy punchy Androxus just going in for the kill, just willy-nilly in the backlines, just punching rather than shooting, or if they run out of ammo, they're just punching at the end. Hopefully it'll be more of a finisher like it was before, or like if you've used all your ammo and you think, well actually I can kill this guy or gal jumping around that you want to finish off. We'll just have to see how it works out, although one of the things I think could be useful with the Defiance is a better animation for it. Currently there is a sort of greeny blast that goes off, but it's hard to notice, and you don't really see it when an Androxus is actually attacking you. Maybe you see it in the third person cam in tournaments and things like that, but it's hard to actually notice when you are fighting. So maybe a better cone showing where exactly he's hitting would be good as well for people to be able to dodge it. But actually this is a great step in the right direction, I think. And as always, the Androxus is all about trying to hit those pistol shots and dodge around effectively. The next big thing that has been rather annoying this patch is Dredger's Harpoon. So first of all, trying to curb the Harpoon build so much that is kind of cheesy. Maybe it's not necessarily overpowered, but a bit of cheese in taking down shields instantly this patch, and also being able to heal yourself at the same time and be able to spam it just in a crazy way has been reduced quite significantly with The card Hull Piercer, now reducing Harpoon's cooldown by 1 second at each level, rather than doing that ridiculous shield damage that it did before, so you had Wrecker 3 almost instantaneously off the bat as you entered the game. Alongside reducing the Harpoon's ability to interrupt your in-hand fire innately, and also probably classifying it as area of effect damage. Now this hasn't completely nerfed the Harpoon build, as you could still get quite a bit of lifesteal off of it. It's quite accurate, quite easy to hit off, but this has definitely curbed a big part of what it was in also being able to completely take on a tank through their shields, just like warp that down and then keep hitting them, out damaging them, out healing them with your lifesteal, and I think maybe they'll curb it quite a bit there too. Also, the cursed weaponry card has been nerfed a little bit, so it only grants ammo on successful Harpoon hits, so you're going to be getting less ammo than you were before, so you might need to take more levels into the card, although I still think it will pretty much just top up your ammo as you are harpooning, so you can use both of them to combo up. There has been a little buff for him in one of his talent cards, and that is Abyss Spike. The trigger radius is increased by 66%, and the explosion radius is increased by 16% to hopefully make that more useful. I don't know whether it'll ever go past just being kind of a fun card and a bit of a silly build, but we'll just have to see whether this pushes it up a bit in its usefulness. What does everybody else think about? Do you think that's enough for the Dredger's Harpoon or not? Let me know in the comments section below. Next up is Furia, once again getting a nerf. Why do Hyros hate Furia so much? I'm not entirely sure. So she no longer gains ultimate charge from dealing damage whilst under the effects of her ultimate. So yes, I'm not really sure whether this one was necessary. It's not really a big nerf, it's just a little nudge to her so you can have the ultimate a little bit less often. Oh well, let's see, let's move on. So Lex, this is just not really a balance change, just a little bit of a switch. So the law is now properly classified as area of effect damage. Next up, and a big one too, Skye has had a buff. Her weapon, the wrist crossbow, has a reduced damage fall off and also has increased base ammo of 5. So it's not exactly the buffs we might want. No more mobility, no more getting in and out, a new movement ability with the mobility, walking on walls or something like that. But hey, this is actually buffing her damage and her ability to do damage at range, so even if you're not getting right behind somebody, or you could even engage somebody a little bit further away, I think that is important though for Skye, and it is kind of making her better because you can engage somebody slightly further away whilst doing the same amount of damage. And that's important for A, getting away from people that have Illuminate to light you up because you're going to be further away from them, so if you go invisible, they probably can't see you as well. And the same with just generally if you're trying to disengage, you want to go invisible, you'll be further away from somebody so they can't see you, they're not in that range where you are shown you're out of your hidden. So we'll see, I'll definitely be playing some Skye this patch and getting some gameplay of her just because I think she is a relatively fun champion to play, even if she is pretty terrible. Anyway, those were the balancers. There are also some bug fixtures which should actually maybe even shift the meta a little bit because some champions were a bit buggy and not necessarily that playable this patch, or less playable. But overall, there are actually some little nudges there for some champions, either down or up. But be sure to let me know all of your thoughts on that balancing in the comment section below. Anyway, first of all, there's an issue where taking damage on certain revolutions would move the player's HUD UI. I've never come across this, so it wasn't on 1920 by 1080, I guess. But if you had that, then that's probably going to be helpful. They've improved death animations in spectator mode. I hope this means that they're less out of sync. Today, I had a Furia hit me with a Pyre Strike, but on my screen, it looked like it was sort of moving towards me, like it locked on. But in the spectator screen, it never even hit me. It just went to where I thought it was going on my screen and never hit me, but I did still get stunned by it. But that was an interesting replay. Anyway, another one is an issue of spectator cam where it clip into walls when viewing someone in third person's perspective. I hadn't come across that. That's a nice little touch. Champions. Cassie fixed an issue where Execution would not apply bonus damage to the crossbow shot after dodge rolling. Not exactly the most picked up card, a popular card at the moment, so I hadn't noticed that myself. But I guess nice for Cassie. Dredge fixed a bug where Golden Weapon would not play the appropriate death FX. So interesting, didn't know about that one. Drogo's fixed an issue where Drogo's collision cylinder was incorrectly moving with Drogo's body whilst using certain abilities. I had actually noticed a little bit of jankiness with the Drogo, so hopefully that'll help things out. Grok fixed a bug where Spares the name would amplify damage dealt to the target by allies. Didn't know that was happening, but there we go. Apparently there was a crash condition with Grover's Vine ability. I have played Grover a few times and with a Grover a few times and haven't crashed yet or had somebody crash on me yet, knowingly. So I guess it's nice, but I don't think I've come across that one. Genos fixed an issue where void gripped enemies would not rotate to show the direction they were facing. Okay, one for Makoa that has been annoying and I've picked up on recently is there was an issue with Makoa's melee attacks in Ancient Rage sometimes not doing damage. And I always got frustrated thinking that maybe I was lagging and they were out of my range, but actually it seems that there was actually an issue that has been fixed this patch, so hopefully that works. Maldamba's got a fix where sometimes allies that are partially obstructed by collision didn't get healed by your mending spirits, so that should be a nice little nudge for Maldamba. Yeah, that did sometimes come off. Obviously a lot of people play the card where if you miss your mending spirits you have a lower cooldown. So probably wasn't as noticeable, or I didn't pick up on it so much. I've only played Maldamba a few times whilst in ranked games. Also an issue where a player with Rakono's Curse equipped would hit a shield, mending spirits, and deal no damage to the shield. Hadn't come across that, but I guess nice for people that are using that talent card. Not many in serious games, but we'll see. Okay, Terminus. So this is a big one because Terminus has been picked up a little bit less just because they have a few bugs. So the first one, there's an issue where reanimating shortly after using Shatterfall would result in an incorrect explosion location, so fixed. Also an issue where Shatterfall would continue even if you killed Terminus in the middle of the ability. Oh, okay, so the Terminus bugs with the cards not working haven't been listed here. We'll just have to see whether that's actually been pushed through to the live or not. Okay, Torvald fixed an issue where that allowed Hyper Beam to pass through Inara's impasse wall. Hadn't come across that, but that sounds rather naughty from the Grandpa. Rather naughty indeed. This is a big one, so if you didn't notice it recently, a lot of Victors were running around with infinite ammo. And people were abusing it to the max, and even to be fair, in casual games, you had two Victors going on, both of them using the infinite ammo bug either side, so not necessarily just on an enemy side, so it just seemed to be universally used. So that is a good fix right there. Gonna maybe knock the Victor down, and you might not see as many Victors walking around this patch. Maybe people didn't notice it, but that was definitely something that was happening a lot of matches. Apparently Silver Tongue Vivian's hair is now silver. Didn't notice it wasn't silver. Guess I haven't really played with many Vivians or with Vivian the past patch, or many past patches at all. So Ying fixed an issue that prevented Ying from healing allies through shields when the life exchange talent was equipped. Hadn't come across that, but I guess a nice little touch for Ying, who is a bit better in the hero healing rankings this patch anyway, so just a little nudge for her, I guess. So Fish Market had an issue where ground deployables would deploy inconsistently on the second story plank walkways. Hadn't noticed that, but hey, I guess that's nice. Apparently they're investigating champions using the MVP pose of a different champion. Not necessarily a bad thing, I guess it would look really derpy. I really want to come across that bug now. Not before they fix it, at the very least. Anyway, that was pretty much patch 1.7. Again, this was kind of the data miner's delight, seeing as we got all of the skins right, and, well, they were already data mined for us. But be sure to let me know all of your thoughts on this patch in the comment section below, if you think it's good, bad, or otherwise. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for all my content, and hit that notification bell icon to get my content as soon as possible, and to get on my live streams when I do them on YouTube. And I'll see you all next time, folks. Joshino.